Hello chums, do I have a treat for you? This is Soreen. You may remember this from maybe the 1980s with a Soreen loaf. Now they seem to do these mini loaves and I'm really looking forward to road testing this one because it's been a long time since I've had a Soreen. But I should probably fill you in a bit of the history because I have actually Googled it and looked at the Soreen website, etc. And it's quite an interesting thing. So first off, I thought, why is it called Soreen? Well, let's talk about the history and the reason why this is a legendary fruit bun. In 1920, John Rabeck Sorensen moved from Denmark to the UK, and by the 1930s he had established a thriving bakery in Holme, Manchester. And then, by the 1980s, he's probably dead by then, by the way, he's sold off his business in, I think, the 1940s. Bolton Wanderers were sponsored by Soreen, and this was also talked about as being one of those healthy kind of sport fruit buns, and therefore Sir Chris Hoy of British Cycling got involved and he promoted it massively, and it went on to a 2010 world record breaking challenge involving some kind of bicycling and people pedalling. But the reason why people probably remember it is a legendary advertisement where it went something along the lines of, Doreen had a Maureen with a Soreen. It was about rhyming people's names with Soreen. There was also another name as well. But it's branded as a squidgy fruit loaf. And they've got a jolly little website if you want to read more about the history of it. But what I'm going to do is review it. So I've got a couple of these beauties to test and see what they taste like. I'm expecting great things because remember in Marathon, like in Mars Bar, they talked about those snacky treats being sport energy food, and it's the same thing with this Soreen thing. So look at this, it's like a little fruit loaf. The normal loaf is a lot bigger, and I remember used to put butter on it, and butter, my missus didn't believe me, but people did put butter on it, and it's on the advert on the website, which I'll link in down below. It's on the Soreen kind of website, so I'm going to cut into it to see what we've got inside. Now it's quite sticky and exceedingly moist in the middle, exceedingly moist. It smells like a fruit bun. It looks, I mean, I'm trying to think of what it compares to, but as what's her name, Sinead O'Connor said, nothing compares to you. She sang it just like that. You see I'm a Sinead O'Connor impersonator there. I'm going to stop putting it off. I'm going to test it. I mean, the texture is mighty interesting because it's got it's a cake that keeps on giving, like a fruit loaf. I mean, you think of a fruit loaf and you think of like, is Parkin a fruit loaf? You think of a normal fruit loaf with fruit in, and it's got a spongy kind of, but this hasn't got the spongy texture to it. It's very rubbery. It really bounces back. Your gums try and chomp down it and your gums get bong, forced back up, you know, and the flavour itself, it's, I don't want to be rude to John Rabeck Sorensen, but was this what he intended in the 1930s? I don't know, but it seems like it tastes like a mild tar with hints of fruit extract in there. I mean, is there some fruit in there? There's got to be. There's a few bits and pieces in there. Let's just try another slice because I can't believe the flavour that they sell. I think their profit is like 30 million per year selling this stuff. I mean, I can't see any fruit actually in there. Actually, maybe that's a raisin there in the middle. I don't know, it's supposed to be healthy though. Now, as far as cakes are concerned, this is probably as bad as this joke. Did you hear about the boy who was scared of Santa? He was claustrophobic. Now, sorry, stop laughing, just wait. Oh, it's really got sticky, it sticks to you, look at that. Now, they've put some effort into it, and people used to like it. Now, Sorensen Bakery was famous for its cakes and pasties and things, and they used to make all sorts, and this is what they actually chose in the end as being the very best thing that they ever made, and thought, this is going to make us millions. How? This is awful. The texture's awful, and the flavour's awful. I don't know. I mean, just for the story in itself, I've got to give them 1 out of 5. And I feel like that's like nostalgia that's speaking there, rather than a true, honest, completely unbiased review, because I should probably take that point off. It's still got an aftertaste. Ugh. It's still sticking to my face. Ugh. Anyway, not recommended, but if someone offers you one, don't miss out on an opportunity to try it for yourself and experience it, because it's 1 in a million. It's really unique, and I think it explains why Bolton Wanderers did so badly in the 1980s when they were sponsored by these. They probably got lots of these as energy food, and they probably had to eat them before the game. And I mean, or maybe it was a reward. If you win this match, boys, you're going to get a bit of fruit loaf with some butter on. Oh, brilliant. Or maybe, oh, shit. And of course, I'm surprised they got a world record eating that. Did they eat it on the world record attempt? It doesn't actually say that in the website, that they ate this. If your cyclists are relying on eating this, and that's their motivation, I mean, it's coming back up. I can't imagine myself doing a lot of exercise off eating this. It's just, yeah, watch it. Boing, boing. Anyway, that's enough about Mr. John Rabeck Sorensen's Fruit Loaf. It's spongy, it's squidgy, and it's uniquely awful. Thank you for watching, and have a most excellent day, and probably don't buy this even if it's on discount.